Okay, here we go. Review for test 3, Thursday night. Good luck on the reviews, and I'm sorry it's so late, but I couldn't get it done until today, Tuesday. Number 1, we are multiplying a negative times a positive. A negative times a positive is a negative. Now, we also have a 3 here, and 3 goes into 27. So we're going to divide it, we're going to reduce it. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 27 9 times. We also have a 7. 7 goes into 7 once, and 7 goes into 49 7 times. So on the top we end up with 1 times 9, so that's 9. On the bottom we have 1 times 7, so that's 7. So our answer is a negative 9 over 7. Same type problem as number 2. And on this one, I guess we're going to move this right up there. On this one, number 2, we have a negative times a negative. Well, negative times a negative is a positive. So we have a positive sign. And now what can we reduce? Well, here we have 35 and 45. What goes into 35 and 45? 5 does. So 5 goes into 35 7 times. 5 goes into 45 9 times. What else? Well, 12 and 20. What goes into 12 and 20? 4 does. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into 20 5 times. So now we have 3 times 9 on top, 7 times 5 on the bottom. Nothing else cancels. So we multiply. 3 times 9 on the top is 27. 7 times 5 on the bottom is 35. And we are done. Number 3. Right, same idea, except we have letters as well as numbers. The numbers are done the exact same way. So what do I have? Well, I have a 15 and a 9. What goes into 15 and 9? 3 does. So 3 goes into 15 5 times. 3 goes into 9 3 times. I have a 70 and an 18. Well, I have at least 2 goes into those. So 2 goes into 18 9 times, and 2 goes into 70 35 times. Now, do I cancel anything else? Nope, there's nothing else. On the top I have a 5, 35 is a 5 and a 7. None of them go into the bottom, so we're done. Numbers are done. Everything's positive, so we got a positive. On the top, it's 5 times 35 is 150, 175. On the bottom, 3 times 9 is 27. So those are the numbers, done exactly like 1 and 2. Now let's do the letters. First, I have an x right here. X to the first power. Remember, we're going to move the x to the top. It's a positive 1 for an exponent. On top, it becomes a negative 1, and the x is gone. The y cubed here is a positive 3. We move it to the top, it becomes a negative 3. That one's gone. Over here, we move the x to the 5th, this one, to the top, it becomes a negative 5. And we put the 5, the exponent at the bottom, with the same letter and its exponent on top, just like I did right there. So that one's gone. Now, we also have y to the 7th. We need to move that to the top. The only y we have is the one over here, right there. So we move the y, this positive 7 becomes a negative 7, goes there. This one's gone. So how many x's do I have left? Well, how many x's do I have? Here on the left side, here, I have 2 minus 1, so that's x to the 1. Here I have 9 minus 5, so that's a plus 4. So altogether I have x to the 5th power. The y's are here. And it's negative 7, negative 3 is negative 10. Plus the 5, these are the y's, and negative 10 plus 5 is a y to the negative 5. So I will take this for an answer, or you could take the negative, no I won't. It says, I'm pretty sure the answer says, the problem says, on the test it's going to say make them positive. So if you have to make them positive, this one has to go to the bottom. So it's 175. The x to the 5th stays on top. On the bottom you have the 27. And the y to the negative 5 goes back down to the bottom. So it's y to the positive 5. So that's the answer you're going to want. If they don't ask for positive exponents, I'll take the one on the left. If they ask for positive exponents, you need to do the one on the right. You need to make all the exponents positive. So that's number 3. Number 4, same type problem, but what can we cancel? Well, I have 8 up here on top, and you can do 8 and 6. Doesn't matter, they go across or up and down. 2 goes in 8 and in the 6. 2 goes in 8 4 times. 2 goes in the 6 3 times. Now this 4 here on the top, this one, what goes in the 4 and 44 over here? 4 does. 4 goes in the 4 once. 4 goes in the 44 11 times. And all we have left is a 20. 3 and 11 won't go into it. So number-wise, we are done. Again, they're all positive, so they say positive. The number on top is 1 times 20. The number at the bottom is 3 times 11, which is 33. Let's do our letters. X cubed here becomes a negative 3, goes up there. Let's do this the other way. I showed you the second way. Rather than put it there, let's put x. And what do I have for x? I have a 4 here on the top left, 4. On the top right, there's no x's. On the bottom is x cubed, but I have to move it to the top, so it becomes negative 3. And here I have x5, which becomes a negative 5. Then I'm going to do the y's. Top left, no y's. Top right, y to the 10th. On the bottom left, I have y to the 2. Moving to the top, it becomes negative 2. And I have y to the 7, which becomes a y, becomes a negative 7. So, I have, coming down to the answer, I have an x here. What do I have for x's? Well, I have, up here, I have 4 minus 8, negative 3 and negative 5. So that's x to the negative 4. I have y, it's 10 minus 9. So it's y to the 1st power. That's okay if they don't say anything. If they say positive, you have to move this one down. So you end up with 20 y on top and 33. And the x moves to the bottom, becomes x to the positive 4. All right, and there's your answer. Number 5. Now this we're subtracting, adding and subtracting 2 fractions. You must have a common denominator. What's your common denominator between 12 and 8? Remember, take the biggest number, that's 12, and count by 12. 12, 2 12, that's 1 12, 2 12s is 24, 3 12s is 36, 4 12s is 48, 5 12s is 60. Take the smaller number is 8. Does 8 go into 12? No. Does 8 go into 24? Yes. So 24 is your common denominator. It's the first number that 12 goes into and 8 goes into. Common denominator is 24. Draw a line, put 24 underneath. This is where I'm going to put my answer. Take the 24, the common denominator, and put it out here in front of the binomial, in both of them. And now cancel. 8 goes into 24 3 times. 12 goes into 24 2 times. On the left side, we're going to take this 3 times x, is 3x. 3 times 2 is a positive 6. On this one, it's a negative 2. Negative 2 times x is a negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6. Combine like terms. 3x, take away 2 x's, you end up with 1x. You got 6 plus 6 more is 12. all over the common denominator of 24. And that's number 5. I am going to stop and make sure that everything's working, and then I'll start up again in a minute. I'm going to make a different video.